A potentially deadly virus with no known cure landing in Florida tonight. A person with Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS, now quarantined in an Orlando hospital. This is the second case in the U.S. The other one's in Indiana. Thanks for watching tonight. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Emily Dishno. Health officials are concerned that other people may have been exposed to the virus as the man flew to Florida from the Middle East. He was on planes landing in London, Boston, Atlanta, and finally in Orlando.
We know he's 44 years old. He's a health care provider who lives and works in Saudi Arabia normally. He came to Orlando to visit family. He did not go to any theme parks. He came down with those flu-like symptoms on one of those overseas legs of his flights, and he was admitted to the hospital in Orlando last week.
The virus has infected more than 500 people worldwide, 30% of whom have died. Doctors don't know how MERS is spread or how to treat it. They are reaching out to the more than 500 passengers who shared flights with him here in the U.S.
Tonight, travelers flying in and out of Southwest Florida International Airport taking extra precautions. 4 News Corner's Gabrielle Saran is live there with more.
At least 15 flights a day here head to Atlanta International Airport. That's one of the major hubs where a man infected with the MERS virus came in contact with dozens of people. And flyers headed there tonight are taking this very seriously. Throughout the day at Southwest Florida International, passengers checked bags bound for Atlanta. The same stop as a man diagnosed with a lethal virus that doctors know very little about. What are you thinking? What concerns might you have?
That we would get what he had.
They're talking about a patient infected with the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome known as MERS. Scientists say it's linked to contact with camels and there's no vaccine. 3 days ago, the first case was reported in Florida after the man infected had returned from Saudi Arabia. It's why the White family isn't taking any chances.
We practice really strict hand washing and sanitizing, so that's probably what we'll do. What more can you do, really?
We better be careful.
Health officials estimate that about 500 people in America may have come in close contact with the infected passenger, but doctors say it's likely spread through prolonged exposure.
We're talking about a 20-minute flight. Very unlikely that something's happening, but if you're sitting with that person for a flight that's 8 to 12 hours, then at that point there will be a little bit more concern.
And concern is growing. Health officials are reaching out to everyone he came in contact with.
We are increasing the alerting in airports, and quarantine staff, customs staff have been refreshed in terms of awareness about the signs and symptoms and the approach to take.
But not everyone headed to Atlanta and other airports is worried.
I'm not thinking about it. I travel a lot. I don't worry about it.
It's not really a huge concern, like one person. If you told me like 20 people were walking around or something, then maybe.
But for Jim White, even a single case in the Sunshine State is one too many.
Now I'm probably going to be thinking of it.
And health officials say they're not going to screen for sick passengers and recommend not flying if you don't feel well. But if you do, they say it is key to cover your mouth if you cough and sneeze. We're live in Fort Myers. Gabrielle Saran, Fox 4, in your corner.